never accept something that is like got pop stitches, bubbling, wonky, you know, stuff like that from the get-go, because it's just going to get worse basically. You can see in there, that tape is starting to just, oh my, Alex, what the hell? Oh my god! What the hell? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I wanted to talk about wear and tear on designer items today, and specifically my 5-year update of my Louis Vuitton Cles. And I wanted to show you guys how it's kind of on its last legs and what you'll expect if you wear it every day, like I have been. This Cles to me was totally worth the money. I paid a really reasonable amount about 5 years ago. Now it's gone up almost double. So I don't know if I would repurchase it at the current price point. However, I have really enjoyed it, and I will say I'm not knocking Louis Vuitton by saying, you know, why the hell is it now falling apart, because I really used it. And a lot of these luxury workhorse pieces do eventually need help. They need repair or something. Now, I don't think this is repairable, to be honest. It's kind of like I may as well just buy a new one, because I think the cost of the repairs would be outweigh the price of just buying a new one. But obviously there are pieces like vintage Chanel pieces, vintage Hermes pieces, which you spend a lot of money on, and then it is worth restoring them. For example, my bag yesterday that I wore was my Victoria 35, which originally came from 2008, I think. And this does need a bit of a bag spa, and I was considering taking this to the Hermes bag spa, because it does have a bit of wear on the handles. The lacquering maybe it's not actually that bad. It's starting to kind of wear down a little bit just over here, and most significantly I noticed scuffing on the corners over here, because the previous owner really used this bag. I paid $1,500 for this, and it retails now for 11,000 Australian dollars. So I think a piece like this, if I spent another $500 to touch it up or something, I think it would be actually worth investing into. But something like a Cles, which only cost me under $300 at the time, I don't think it's worth investing another $200 to repair it, if that makes sense. But there are some pieces that I think are definitely worth restoring, other things you kind of need to replace. When it comes to Hermes quality, I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. All my SLGs that I've been wearing for many years have actually still look perfect, which is, I don't know why, but I find Hermes is very durable. Now, it definitely depends on the color, depends on the leathers, how, you know, box calf obviously can blister and get scratches, whereas, you know, something like a Clemence will go slouchy and maybe have a nice shiny patina over time, which I think some things age well, to be honest, and other things, they just don't age well. So something that has aged very badly, I would say, is my Cles, which you can't compare. The price points are completely different, but this has aged very badly. Guys, so I want to show you an overview of 5-year wear and tear on this Louis Vuitton Key Cles. So pretty sure I bought it back in around 2020. It was around $280 or so back then, which I think was a pretty good price compared to today. I think it's around the $500 mark. So I wanted to give you guys an honest wear and tear review. Obviously, I've completely used it pretty much almost every day to carry my keys, and it's starting to show significant signs of wear. So first thing that started to fail on me a little bit was this hardware, which I know Louis Vuitton is notorious for the kind of fading of the hardware. And obviously this is a gold tone. It's got a gold coating over it. I don't think it's the 24 karat gold that maybe, you know, you see on vintage Chanel or Hermes bags. I've just heard it's gold tone, but correct me if I'm wrong. But because the keys sit on here, this is the first thing that went, which I expected. So you can see it's faded on both sides. So if you're worried about this issue, I'd probably recommend the Monogram Eclipse version, the men's version, because that comes with silver hardware. And I don't think that would show as much significant wear and tear. But if you are a monogram lover, unfortunately you just have the gold hardware option. The next thing that I noticed was something that started to fail was the pop stitches. So I started to get, I remember I got a bit of pop stitching happening around here. And I think that's because I overstuffed it, to be honest. So that was my own fault. So I would say with this, if you have chunky keys, if you have, you know, a car fob and you want to stuff it in there, it can start to pop the stitches if you get a bit too crazy. Now, let me show you the inside. So this morning, I was looking in my coin purse and I found this. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I think this is the tape that they put under the canvas on the other side before they sew. So this is like a reinforcement that they use to help stabilize the stitching. You know, if you guys do sewing, sometimes you'll put some sort of interfacing to stabilize the material, and this is like a tape to stabilize the stitching. But I noticed it was coming out today, and I kind of just got in there, and it was like full on, this whole string just fell out. So I ripped it out, and then I looked at the other side, and the tape is starting to, see, it's kind of like coming out, right? You can see in there. That tape is starting to just, oh my, Alex, what the hell? Oh my God, what the hell? Yeah, it's starting to just come off like this. I don't know what that is, guys, like a disgusting piece of moldy tape just coming out. So basically that means that this section under here now, it's got the stitches and then the canvas on the zip. So I guess the integrity of this, maybe the stitches might be a little less supported. Now it doesn't have that tape to support it, you know, because it's just, yuck. It's just coming out. Just leave it there. Jeez. So yeah, it's a bit of a pop stitch over there. Like, where is that? Yeah, here. I think the fabric as well. You might notice some peeling on the fabric. I didn't have huge peeling issues. I know that sometimes on Chanel coin purses, you can get some peeling issues over here. This is not something that I've experienced on the Louis Vuitton. Also, the canvas will probably start to chip over time. So this has experienced on the corners. Let's try and focus here, guys. Some minor chipping on the corner. Minor chipping, which is very common for canvas to start chipping away. Now, I have not treated this very well. I think it's got wet. I've put lots of like chunky keys in here. Obviously, keys are like very abrasive. I don't know why the tape is coming out now, but it might be just from heat being in my bag over time. The tape is coming out. The monogram is starting to wear off from rubbing on stuff in my bag and obviously chucking it everywhere. This part here, the edge, maybe it's slightly starting to curl, but I expect this over time will start cracking, which is normal as well over time if you really use your items. So yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely been a good 5-year piece, honestly. I think if you use a luxury item every day, and it's lasted 5 years, I think that's all right. I'm not saying this is bad quality, but I will say, like, these luxury pieces, even though they're expensive, they're not indestructible, right? So you still have to be careful. Because I mistreated this piece, it is starting to die. Its guts are coming out. It's, you know, falling apart. Am I still going to use it? Absolutely, guys. I'm still going to chuck my keys in here. Still has the Louis Vuitton logos on it. I still feel cool when I'm about to go home and, there's my Louis Vuitton Cles. So, of course, I'm still going to use it. I actually have one in Damier Ebene as well, which I also, maybe I'll have to retire this and start using it, but I would say this is no longer in really sellable condition. It's really trashed. So, anyways, I know that they have the new, bigger Louis Vuitton size as well, the case. So I expect that would wear and tear in a similar manner, but unless they've changed the way that they interface the zipper and all that, I'm not sure. But anyways, let me know, guys, if you have any wear and tear update on your key or on your Louis Vuitton Cles as well. Now, what I will not accept is bad quality when it is new, like things that are falling apart or looking weird when it's new. For example, I've heard a lot of people complain about the new Louis Vuitton Murakami collection. Somebody I know purchased the Louis Vuitton SLG with the cherries, and they found that the leather was a bit like wonky or bubbling on the inside, and you know, although the outside canvas looked really cute, all the cherries on it, they were really not happy with the quality of the leather on the inside. And, you know, obviously if you're buying something new, you want to make sure that it doesn't look already like there's something wrong going on with it. So yeah, I will never accept something that is like got pop stitches, bubbling, wonky, you know, stuff like that from the get-go, because it's just going to get worse basically. But have you guys found many quality issues from the Murakami collection? Because I have heard a lot of people complaining about stuff like that too. Going back to my Victoria bag, I have to show you how I decorated it today because I didn't tell you. So basically, this is a Fendi pineapple pom-pom, which I bought on eBay. And then this is a Labubu, which I've decorated with my new Murakami scarf. I've just kind of tied it on there to make an outfit, which I think looks really cute. And I think it really complements the Victoria bag. I've kind of done the same thing on my other Victoria bag, but it has a different Labubu, and I paired it with my Fendi Monster. So you've got my Fendi Monster with my Labubu Monster. And this Victoria is in much better condition than the other one. The previous owner like really looked after it, and it's almost like 9 out of 10 pristine, I'd say, whereas the other one is more like a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah, it definitely depends on how you look after your things as well. If you know, you can have an older piece. If you look after it, it will wear better and last. If you really trash your items, then yeah, they're gonna kind of look worse for wear in some time. So yeah guys, let me know, do you use your things until they start falling apart, or are you somebody who likes to keep things pristine? Because it really depends for me. Some things I really use, like this bag, I really chuck around and I use it because it's already kind of been treated that way. Whereas actually the other orange one, I'm a little bit more careful with because I kind of want to keep it nicer. So yeah, I kind of like do both. But that's a good thing about sometimes buying secondhand things, is you can kind of like use them and not worry about it, especially if they already have wear and tear. But anyways, I just thought I'd give you my Louis Vuitton Cles update, and hope you enjoyed my video today. Give me a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye!